Twiggy, the fashion icon of the swinging 60s. Twiggy, 12A, 94 minutes. Verdict, a captivating journey through the roots of 66. Rating. Before the world knew the name Twiggy, there were other iconic female stars who made their mark with just a single name. Cher was already a household name, and the likes of Madonna, Adele, Beyoncé, and Rihanna would follow in her footsteps. Yet, none of these names resonate with the vibrant essence of a specific era quite like Twiggy does, especially when we think of London in the swinging 60s. In Sadie Frost's delightful documentary, we are taken on a nostalgic ride through those unforgettable years that defined a generation. Frost, who previously explored the life of designer Mary Quant, brings us a fresh perspective on Twiggy, a shy and introspective teenager from Neasden who would soon become a global sensation. It all began with a simple haircut. At just 16, Lesley Hornby wandered into a chic Mayfair salon where the renowned stylist Leonard spotted her and asked if she would model his new pixie cut. After 7 hours of cropping and bleaching, her life took a dramatic turn when a fashion editor from the Daily Express noticed her striking new look. Just like that, Lesley transformed into Twiggy, the face of 66. As the documentary unfolds, we hear from other celebrated models of the time, reminiscing about Twiggy's boyish figure and her enchanting, androgynous features. Joanna Lumley describes her as having a gender-fluid little elfin face, which perfectly encapsulates the allure that made her the world's first supermodel. Despite the whirlwind of fame and the phenomenon known as Twiggy mania, she remained refreshingly down-to-earth. Paul McCartney reflects on her blue-collar roots, emphasizing that what you saw was truly what you got. And let's not forget her infectious truck driver's laugh, fondly recalled by her friend Dustin Hoffman. At 75, Twiggy still radiates beauty and charm, sharing her memories with warmth and honesty. She recalls her early relationship with Justin de Villeneuve, her boyfriend and manager, who eventually let fame get to his head and was left behind. The beauty of Twiggy lies in her authenticity. Despite her impressive versatility as a singer and actress, she has never lost her true self in an industry where many do. Even after the heartache of her first marriage to American actor Michael Whitney, who struggled with alcoholism, Twiggy emerges without any skeletons in her closet. While this might not make her the most dramatic subject, her story is rich with style, iconic fashion, and unforgettable images. As the documentary progresses, it shifts focus to Twiggy's later years, highlighting her role as a fashion icon for Marks & Spencer, her elevation to damehood in 2019, and her blissful second marriage to actor and director Lee Lawson. While these later chapters may not hold the same magnetic pull as her early days, the film is still a delightful tribute to a woman who defined an era. Marching Powder, 96 minutes. Verdict, a brutal and crass portrayal. Rating. In stark contrast, Nick Love's film Marching Powder offers a gritty look at a different kind of working-class Londoner, and it's not exactly a pleasant experience. Unless, of course, you have a penchant for excessive use of the C-word, which this film seems to revel in. Danny Dyer stars as Jack, a 45-year-old thug caught in a cycle of cocaine addiction and football hooliganism. After a street brawl in Grimsby lands him in hot water, a judge gives him an ultimatum: clean up his act in 6 weeks or face jail time. Jack must navigate the treacherous waters of giving up drugs and violence, all while trying to salvage his marriage to the long-suffering Danny, Stephanie Leonidas. Danny's wealthy father funds Jack's lavish lifestyle, but that support hinges on his marriage to Danny. Complicating matters, Jack is tasked with looking after his bipolar brother-in-law, freshly released from prison, making it even harder to stay on the straight and narrow. And that's pretty much the crux of the story. Anyone familiar with Love's previous work, like The Football Factory, will recognize the glorification of alpha male brutishness disguised as a critique. Personally, I found this film to be a tedious experience, filled with a style reminiscent of sub-Guy Ritchie films. However, it did remind me of a cherished story from a policeman friend about middle-aged Aston Villa hooligans who, upon realizing their adversaries were just kids, advised them to go home before they got hurt. Thankfully, the advice was heeded, and the Cruitons, as the young gang called themselves, lived to fight another day. Mickey 17, 15, 137 minutes. Rating. As we dive into Oscars week, Bong Joon-ho's latest offering, Mickey 17, serves as a reminder of his previous triumph with Parasite, the only foreign-language film to win Best Picture. Expectations are high for this bizarre sci-fi satire, but I found it to be a bit of a slog, filled with convoluted twists. Robert Pattinson stars as Mickey, a human clone sent on dangerous missions in the year 2054. Each time he dies, he is reprinted for the next mission, all under the watchful eye of a villainous mastermind played by Mark Ruffalo, who channels a mix of Trump and Musk. Toni Collette plays his sycophantic wife. While the film is packed with verbal and visual gags, only a fraction land with any real impact. One of them days, 97 minutes. Rating. Similarly, One of Them Days, a buddy comedy featuring Keke Palmer and SZA, struggles to find its footing. The film follows two friends facing eviction after losing their rent money. There's a mildly amusing moment when a young white woman moves into their predominantly African-American neighborhood, but overall, the film is forgettable. All of these films are currently showing in cinemas, each offering a unique glimpse into different facets of life and culture.